Okay. Hi, I'm Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime streaming show, where we watch old 16mm films and we try to figure out, well, why did that film have big sections of just nothing, like black scene? And what I'm guessing is that this was probably part of some elements, A-B roll, and the black sections are what we call slug. And what you do is a film lab would then print the A roll, the B roll, sometimes the C or D roll in sync, so that whatever was black, there would be a corresponding thing on the B roll or the C roll that would show through. So you would optically print it all together, and that helps with splice lines. You can do effects where you can fade between the two. All those things. And so that's why that was the way it was, and that's why it was also silent. Is it football season? I don't know. Maybe in 1947 it was? Let's find out.
With the tail end of summer too warm for comfort, Southpaw time he fools the Lions and circles end for the Quakers' first score. Bob Evans is back to pass, but he's ganged up. He runs, stops, passes, and it's intercepted by Columbia's Cusero, who takes off like a jackrabbit and runs it back 61 yards to a touchdown. The Lions' Gene Rosides hides the ball hip as he circles left end to sprint 52 yards. Columbia scores as Rosides forwards to Swiacki, but it's Penn's game. The stands are jam-packed to witness a game of spectacular plays starting right after the opening whistle. Harry Gilmer runs back a Georgia punt and cheers the heart of the Bamas, scoring the first touchdown of the ball game. Georgia takes the helm with a second period pass routes to Marisic. He runs into rough going, but a two-man block paves the way, and now Georgia takes heart. Alabama in the spotlight again. Lowell, too, takes off from his own 17, shoots through the middle, and he's Alabama bound. Two Dogs from Alabama win 17-7. It's the 33rd gridiron meeting of these colleges. A long punt by Edelman soars far down the field. It's caught by Michigan's Elliott, and he roars down the turf to chalk up the first score of the game. Illinois goes into action with Steger blazing through center, cutting down the Wolverine defense and piling up a gain of 53 yards. With the first half nearly over, Chappius heaves one for Michigan. It's taken by Elliott, who scrambles away for a gain of 52 yards. He winds up on the 4, but a penalty brings it back to the 9. And then Pondy crashes through, and it's victory for Michigan. Penn State's Elwood Petchel gets going with a heave to Ray Ulinski, and they're off to a roaring start. Petchel again. And Jeff Dakota takes it for Penn State's first touchdown. Now Syracuse helps the opponent's cause with 4 fumbles. Chekhov recovers this one. Pupil of Syracuse spots his man, but the ball takes a detour. Luther of State snares it, and again Syracuse is in trouble. Rogel again, right through for 7 yards. And then a quick lateral to Paler, who takes it for still another touchdown. 102,000 fans see this contest. Bruins ball. Carl Benton hurls. It's intercepted by Don Dahl, and they both know there's a real fight on the gridiron today. The game's only score. Trojan Jim Powers heaves to Kirby, and the second period ends 6-0. Now the Bruins are mad as bears, and there's a fine tangle of everything in the book. Benton passes, and there's a lateral to Tom Fears. Another lateral, a fumble, and what the fans think is a touchdown, but the referee rules no goal. The Bruins threaten. On a fourth down, Johnson takes a lateral and heaves to the end zone. But Bray intercepts and shatters all their hopes. It's a great day for the Irish. Tulane's Von Meter in action. He heaves a pass. It's intercepted by Terry Brennan, who turns on the steam and runs it back, but veers out of bounds with the goal. Now Sitko takes it over for Notre Dame. Blue Jack in action. A pass to the end zone that's perfect. This time Gompers carries the pigskin, and he's off like a battering ram for 40 yards. Price takes it and nails down another for Notre Dame. Tulane fights back. Finley kicks. It's taken by Livingston, and he hits the trail for 70 yards, right down to the 10. Livingston plunges over, and the Irish win their 8th straight. Plenty of action and thrills in the Yale Bowl as Eli's first limbers up with a pass to Satir for a nice gain. Now Harvard's Canary answers back with an aerial that floats right into the end zone and into the hands of Moffett. Harvard's Lazaro gets the assignment and picks up yardage, and how? Here in slow motion is a charge through center that chalks up a touchdown, even though he nearly stumbles out of it. Slow motion again with first going around end and over, and the Blues beat the Crimsons 31-21. Amid cheers and college yells, President Truman greets the rival captains and wishes them success. Right off the reel, the Navy's Bill Hawkins forges into Army territory, but fumbles, and when they unravel, it's the Army's Bryant with the ball. Now Army takes to the air. Rowan heaves a bullseye to Bill Kellum, who breaks away for the game's first touchdown. Navy fights back. Horn fires one to Art Markle, and the middies again sail into Army territory. They dash ahead and down to the 11-yard stripe, but the cadets hold. And here's the big thrill of the day. Rip Rowan, the Army's bundle of dynamite, explodes, and through fine blocking, he battles his way into the clear for a 92-yard dash all the way home. It's Army's day all the way, and another chapter in football history.
In the comments, I was told it's basketball, college basketball, not college football. Oh well. At one point, I had actually gone to Harvard and talked to their athletic department about trying to scan. I did an estimate on scanning all their athletic films. So it would have been football, rowing, lacrosse, basketball, all that stuff. And I don't know if they ever did it, but it was something. I think that the money that they had earmarked for it went away, and so yeah, there you go. All right, so behind me I have a film scanner set up, and we're gonna watch a film that I have no idea what it's about. It's just the title is Growing. So let's see what this is. Maybe there's a song. All right, enjoy.
Trees and flowers, buds and berries. I want to know what makes them grow.
First of all, they start out with seeds, and then they grow up bigger and bigger, and things just happen like if they were.
You first water them.
Yeah, you water.
First you plant them, you dig a hole
and then
put
you
seeds in,
and then you
put
water
the dirt
Yeah,
over it,
and
put
you
the dirt
water
over it
it.
and water it.
And then they just start growing. You keep on watering them every day for
About-
give them lots of water and
You can't even tell they're in there because my fingers are so dirty. How do you spell seed? C-E-D. No.
It turns all crumbly and it's not green anymore. It starts turning brown. And then
It's not always.
yeah, I know. Sometimes.
Well, I'll wait a little while. Why did you just put the water in? We're trying to experiment. We've got to get off. We're doing something. We're trying to experiment. We're ready for watering. Morgan, is that ready for watering? Nope. All right. Okay, give me the water. I'll water it. All over. Because I put the water in. I'll be the waterer and you be the planter.
Growing, growing, trees and flowers, buds and berries, growing, growing, in the fields and in the forest. I want to know what makes them grow. I want to know what makes them grow.
You know why? Because I'm wondering where we're going to put it. Because this thing's good, gigantic.
Sometimes plants are tricky. They grow tall. Because this is going to be a beanstalk. So it's growing taller and then all of a sudden it took a big jump up to here because it got taller over the same Thanksgiving week.
Pour on the water, pour it on, pour it on, pour it on. Bring on the sunshine, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. Bring on the sunshine, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on.
What do you need to do then if they have been in the
We
closet
need
for
to
5
put
days?
them in the sunshine. How do you spell seed? C-E-E-D. No. How does it know this little seed if it is to grow? To a flower or a weed? If it is to be a vine or a shoot, or grow to a tree with a long, deep root. A seed is so small. Where do you suppose it stores the bulk of the things it knows? There's a lot sprouting. No, especially this. Wow, that's really spread.
See, there's one here
one here, and this sprouted a lot. Wow.
Hey, there's the beanstalk.
Only the radishes.
What's
Jack
that?
and the beanstalk.
What's Jack? Hey, you planted these beans.
What a corny joke. I got the banana corny.
Growing, trees and flowers, buds and berries, growing, growing, in the fields and in the forest. I want to know what makes them grow. I want to know what makes them grow. Dig out the ground.
Well, you see, that's what he was doing. Is he measured how long these plants were, and then he put them down for the paper. Hey, genius. We're genius.
Growing, growing, in the
Here's an idea. Why don't we put all these roots together, and then we'll compare them after a while. Want me to show you the water room? Where's the water room?
to make them grow.
That's a funny face. Look at that. That's made out of an eggshell. Alice was so amazed that she couldn't speak for a minute. Finally she spoke again in a timid voice, almost in a whisper. And can all the flowers talk? As well as you can, said the tiger lily, and a great deal louder. Green is like a meadow of grass, banana peels that are not ripe, and broccoli. And these guys gave some seeds. An old man gave him some seeds in exchange for the cow. And when he got home, and he said it was magic seeds. When he got home, his mom threw him out the window and says they're no good. He had to go to bed.
How cool.
Yeah, he couldn't have it.
With nothing but a big stain right there. Nothing but a big stain. Yeah, so
Plant in there. The sun will shine, the rain will fall. Then my garden will blossom and grow straight and tall. What a lot of tiny little legs he has. And I can see his eyes. Small and black and shiny. I think I know how it feels to be so tiny.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Hey, look at those guys over there. Hey, you guys, what are you doing?
We're making a movie. Want to be in it?
wasn't that funny?
Seed. S-E-E-D. That's right. Now, how do you spell autumn? Falling, falling, red and yellow, brown and orange, falling, falling, from the trees and from the bushes. I want to know, where do they go? Falling, falling, red and yellow, brown and orange, falling, falling, from the trees and from the bushes. I want to know. Where do they go? I guess I'll wait for spring.
It was a pesticide company. Unbelievable. At the end, I was like, oh, this is really sweet. And then, oh yeah, Chevron's ortho division paid for it. So I did not know that there was a song in that. But is it a toe tapper? You tell me. It was pretty great. But I don't know. Write in the comments. Let me know what you think. One of the things I've been working on is collecting films about venereal disease. And this one is about gonorrhea. Enjoy.
Everyone is interested in good health. Everyone is interested in preserving his own health and that of his family and friends. That's why we have these meetings, to give you the facts which will help you to guard against illness, which may cause suffering and unhappiness for you and your families. Medical science is hard at work, fighting to prevent suffering, preserve health, prolong life. But that's only half the battle. Equally important is knowledge on the part of everyone, all of you, your families and friends, of how to use what the men of medicine have to offer. Time and again, science has found a strong weapon against a disease only to have it rendered useless because people did not know how to use it. In a broad sense, this very situation exists today. One of the most prevalent of all serious diseases is still causing tremendous suffering and working widespread damage to our national health. May we have the slides, please? Thanks to the microscope, physicians and other students of science have learned to recognize many of the germs which invade the body. Among the many types of germs are these biscuit-shaped invaders called the coccus group. This coccus group includes these: the streptococcus, the cause of many skin and internal diseases, and these, the pneumococcus, the cause of pneumonia, and this is the staphylococcus, which causes boils and carbuncles. Another important member of the coccus family is this fellow, the gonococcus, which causes vaginitis, ophthalmia neonatorum, frequently called baby's sore eyes, and gonorrhea, the widespread disease with which we are concerned at this meeting. Lights, please. The gonococcus is a weakling when it is on the body surface and can be destroyed by soap and water and most antiseptics. But once entrenched in the tissues, it is stubborn and dangerous. Gonorrhea has caused more suffering than any of us would care to think about. Thousands of women have had serious operations. Unnumbered marriages are childless. A tremendous number of people are blind because this disease, a disease which medical science can cure, is still the most prevalent of all serious human ailments. Like many other diseases, gonorrhea begins its attack on the body as an acute inflammation. The germs gain a foothold in the mucous membrane which line the sex or urinary organs, and after a few days cause swelling, tenderness, and a discharge. The disease often spreads to the internal parts. In a female, the organs of reproduction are frequently involved, causing great pain and disability. The tubes through which the ovum or egg passes may become permanently closed. If this happens, the woman cannot become a mother. In the male, the same kind of damage often occurs. The narrow tubes through which sperm or seed passes may be permanently blocked. This prevents the man from ever becoming a father. For this reason, gonorrhea is called the great sterilizer. When the disease is allowed to go unchecked, it often attacks more remote parts of the body. The heart, the kidneys, the joints may suffer serious injury. Gonorrhea is one of the oldest afflictions of man. For centuries, it was confused with syphilis. In 1767, John Hunter, a famous Scottish physician, actually infected himself with syphilis in a mistaken effort to prove that syphilis and gonorrhea were one and the same disease. It was not until 70 years later that Philippe Ricord, working in Paris, demonstrated conclusively that syphilis and gonorrhea are two quite different diseases. Finally, in 1879, Albert Neisser discovered the germ which causes gonorrhea. He was the first to see and recognize the gonococcus as the cause of gonorrhea. And his work opened the way to a series of brilliant discoveries by scientists working in research centers in many countries. They grew the gonococcus in their laboratories and produced valuable laboratory methods to aid in diagnosis. They learned how the disease passes from one person to another. They learned that now, as in past centuries, gonorrhea is spread to men mainly by infected prostitutes and by infected men to their wives and families. It spreads almost always by sex contacts. although little girls may sometimes be infected from towels or clothing carrying the gonococcus. One of the great gifts of science to humanity has been the discovery that a silver solution dropped into the eyes of babies born of mothers who have gonorrhea prevents infection and blindness. Until recently, the treatment and cure of gonorrhea was slow and expensive. Hundreds of drugs and dozens of instruments have been used. None was satisfactory. But science, ever searching, has found new methods. One of these is a method which raises the body temperature to fever level, resulting in destruction of the gonococcus. But this fever treatment is reserved for a few resistant cases. The newest weapon is a group of chemical compounds popularly called the sulfa drugs, which are revolutionizing the fight against the gonococcus. Today, modern treatment under a physician's care cures at least 8 out of 10 cases, cures and stops the spread of the disease. Medical and chemical research have already done wonders, but they are continuing the task of developing even better and safer methods of treatment. But though these drugs are effective, they are not without danger. Serious results and even deaths have occurred when they were taken without the guidance of a physician and the various examinations he makes for the safety of his patients. An infected patient must always remember that a physician is needed to cure and prevent the spread of gonorrhea. Avoid advertised remedies. Avoid quacks. Don't attempt self-treatment. All are extremely dangerous. Mere disappearance of symptoms does not mean that the patient is well. Only laboratory tests can finally determine that. And only a physician can be trusted to administer safe and effective treatment. Yes, most cases of gonorrhea can be cured quickly and easily. The first thing a person who suspects gonorrhea must do is to go to his family physician, or, if he has none, the nearest health department, hospital, or medical society will tell him where to find diagnosis and treatment within his means. All over the United States, thousands of capable physicians, hundreds of reliable clinics, and scores of health officers are finding, treating, and preventing gonococcus infections. With the cooperation of the public, the prevalence of gonorrhea can be reduced, suffering can be prevented, sight can be saved, the gift of parenthood can be preserved. It is everyone's job, yours and mine, to see that the facts about the dangers and the cure of gonorrhea are known to everyone. For when ignorance gives way to knowledge, when furtive fear yields to confidence, when people learn to consider gonorrhea in the same light as they do other dangerous infections, then, and only then, can science be successful in the fight against this most prevalent of all serious human ailments.
So that was just a lecture that was filmed. It's an interesting film. Doesn't really talk about prevention. And I used to work for the American Social Health Association, which is what it was renamed in the 90s, working at the National AIDS Hotline. And we talked about STDs to people on the phone. And now I think it's called the National, it's called the American Sexual Health Association. Like they just went ahead and just jumped into it. But fascinating film. But it's kind of more about a public health thing and less about the preventative aspects. Like this would not be shown to people in the military. I have other films that definitely were shown for people in the military. More explicit films. Let's see. Let's learn about... let me check this real quick. I want to make sure that I haven't shown it. I haven't. Let's learn about Pablo. Enjoy.
Escrito sobre mi tumba, mis odios con balas, ay, 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 son porque no amas.
I am Pablo. In your country, you would call me Paul. Every morning, I walk down this road to the school in our village. It is a beautiful road through the mountains and fields of corn, which are everywhere in our country, Mexico. To me, these mountains are like a wall around our village, hidden down in the valley. Only the bell towers of our church peep above the trees. It is a very old church in a very old town. Papa says our church was built 400 years ago. In the center of the town, there is a park we call the Zócalo. The biggest building is the town hall, the Palacio, where the president of the village works. The school is the next biggest. Before the bell rings, we play in the yard, talk with our friends, and listen to music from the records. Then the principal, in a loud voice, tells us, and we listen to him. Then we march to the classroom. The girls sit on one side and the boys on the other. Sometimes there are many grades in the same room because the principal says we do not have enough rooms. Senorita Gomez is our teacher. Today she tells us about the ruler, about how to measure. And I wonder how long is my foot. And I think I will be glad when school is over today, for it is the day of the market. One day, each week, the people come from the country and from other villages to buy and to sell the things which they have grown and made. Everything which we need is sold here. The fruit and vegetables, the meat, dishes and pots and pans which the people make in their houses. There are big pieces of cloth of many colors and dresses for my sisters and Mama. Cool drinks, lemonade, and the red Jamaica water, like cranberry juice, you can buy for 20 centavos, which is maybe 2 cents in your country. But I do not stop today. I think about them, my new shoes, all the time now, as the day grows closer. I want these shoes, black and shiny and stiff. I have never worn shoes like these. Always I wear huaraches on my feet. I want the shoes to wear on the feast of the Virgin Mother, who watches over Mexico. On this day, our family will make the long journey to the shrine of the Virgin of Guadalupe. I will walk to the shrine in my new shoes, but I must work to get them. When the sun comes up, the day of work begins. The men go to the fields, take the cattle to the pastures. In our house, which is made of adobe, mud bricks, we all sleep and eat in the one room. When I wake up, I hear the pat, pat, patting sound of Mama making the tortillas round and flat and toasting them for our breakfast. It is a very nice sound, the making of tortillas. Made from corn, they are like bread to us. We eat tortillas every day. As I shake my piggy bank, I think what I will do today to earn more centavos. Soon, maybe I will have enough to buy the black shoes. On the wall above Papa's bed hang his 2 hats. I am glad to see them there, for I know Papa has not gone without me to the fields. There is his old sombrero and his beautiful charro hat from Guadalajara, which he will wear to Guadalupe on the Feast of the Virgin. It is the most beautiful thing he owns, this hat from Guadalajara. All the men of our town would like to own it. We are very proud of it, my Papa and I. When the tortillas are ready, we eat the breakfast. This morning, Mama has made tacos, which are rolled up tortillas with beans or meat inside. Papa and I think they taste very good. So does Carlos, my big brother, who is 13. And Lolita, my baby sister, who likes the tacos all over the outside as well as the inside. Papa laughs when he sees me, always with my piggy bank. He says, do I think the centavos will run away? I say they will run only to the shoe man. This morning, I see Mama is not so happy. My sister Crispina, she is sick and does not eat with us. She is sick with a large fever. Mama is sad. And I am sad when I look at Crispina, because I think how very bad if she is not better in time to go with us to the shrine of the Virgin. All the days now, she rests on her petate, and each day she is not better. Papa and Carlos go to work in the fields, and today I will go too, because it is November, the time when there is no school. Mama and Lolita wave goodbye. As we leave with our mules, we call Canela and Pimiento. Today, we will climb high up in the mountains to work in the maguey field, which belongs to Papa. From the maguey plant, we get many things: material to make cloth and paper and medicine. Today, Papa shows Carlos how to get the pulque, which is a drink. The pulque runs down into the center of the plant where we have chopped a hole. Every few days, we come and dip out the pulque into a jar. Some of the fields, like this one, Papa owns. Other fields where we work belong to all of the people of the village. The beans are ready to pick. Next to tortillas, I think we eat more beans than any other thing. Some of the beans we will keep, and some we must give to the other people who own this land too. Sometimes we work in the woods where it is shady and cool. I think I like to work here the best, where the bananas and the coffee grow. Papa and I must use the ladder to pick the coffee beans. It is better to pick only the red beans because they are ripe. But sometimes we get the green ones in our sack too. When we have picked all the beans, Papa and I carry them home. We spread them on the ground to dry in the hot sun. When all of the coffee beans have turned brown, then we will sell them, and people in other countries will have good coffee to drink. Besides the mules, canela and pimiento, we have cows too, and always we must find a place for them to eat. In the part of Mexico where we live, it does not rain for many months, and sometimes it is hard to find food for the animals. In the dry season, when there is little work in the fields, Carlos and I help Papa to make the adobe bricks, which are used to build houses. We push down the earth. Then we mix it with water until there are no more lumps. The bricks will bake in the sun until they are hard. Papa will trim them with his machete until they are smooth. Then they will be ready to sell. While we are doing the work of the men, Mama does the work of the women, which I think is maybe like the work of your mother. She sews and takes care of the children. She washes the clothes in the river and rubs them hard on the stones to make them clean. When we come home from work at night, Papa is very tired, and I am a little tired too. But I am not tired anymore when I see what Papa does. He gives me centavos for helping him. Right away I think of my shoes and what I will do tomorrow to get the rest of the money. The plants in my garden have many new tomatoes on them. I pick them and carry them in my hat. I go straight to the market to sell them. I shout, "How fine are my tomatoes!" Soon, a lady from the city buys them all. The centavos jingle in my pocket as I walk through the market to the flowers, where sometimes a lady will ask me to carry her lilies or carnations when she has many other bundles. But today, No one asks me. So I run to the steps of our church. I like to look up at the tall bell towers. Someone else is looking up too. They are people from another country who come from far away in cars to take pictures of our church. I ask the man with the red face and not so much hair if I can wash his car. He asks me if I am big enough. I say I have washed many cars and will do a good job. He says then I can wash his car. It is a very beautiful car. I wash it until it shines like black shoes. When the people come to see the car, I think they are happy it is so clean. When I see the centavos he gives me, I know he is happy. Now at last I will have them, the shoes. I run down the road to tell Mama the good news. Something is not good. It is the new doctor who comes all the way from Mexico City. He tells Mama what to do for Crispina, who I'm afraid is very sick now. The doctor pats my head. I do not like this. Mama tells me what is the bad trouble. Crispina needs a new kind of medicine, or she will not be well. We do not have the money for this medicine, which costs very much. I think very hard of my new shoes, of Crispina. Yes, Mama, we have the money. In my piggy bank, in my pocket. There is enough. The day before the feast, before the sun comes up, we eat our breakfast by candlelight. It is a very special breakfast, with thick chocolate to drink. Crispina is well again. I am happy she is well and can go with us to the Virgin of Guadalupe. I do not think of my new shoes. In the park, already our neighbors are beginning to gather for the long walk to Guadalupe. My father does not wear his charro hat. He does not answer when I ask where it is. At last, the journey begins. At first, we follow the roads. Then, we travel straight across the hills. Now, we see the pyramids built by the Indians of Mexico hundreds of years ago. As I rest on the steps, I feel very small. The pyramid is so big. We have climbed and climbed as the sun set. And we spend the night in the village of our relatives. From here, we can see the lights of Mexico City spread out below. In the morning, the great day begins. The women carry fresh flowers to put on the altar of the Virgin. Soon, we pass the great green warriors who guard the entrance to Mexico City. It was here I wanted to put on my new shoes. We enter the gates of Guadalupe. There are many people. Some of them walk on their knees to see the Virgin. There are bands playing and processions. There are women singing and carrying flowers. We kneel down on the cement to say a prayer to the Virgin. I cannot believe my eyes. Thank you, Papa. Papa has put the shoes in my hands. I know now why Papa does not wear his charro hat. I know, too, that the Virgin looks down proudly on Papa and me, as I wanted her to. And not because of a fine hat or a pair of shiny shoes.
When you're on top of a team, there's no place to go but up. Feeling on top of a tree, knowing you got the cup, overflowing with that good nutrition. Good nutrition. And it's alright with me. When you got love in your heart, there's nothing to do but smile. Feeling so cool and smart, knowing that all the while you got good nutrition. Good nutrition. And it's alright with me. Give me a bright day with the sunshine and flowers. Or if you got raindrops and windy day showers. It doesn't matter to me, not to me at all. I can stand the cold days or laugh in the warm ones. Knowing I got nutrition to keep me happy, healthy, and alive. When you got love in your heart, there's nothing to do but smile. Feeling so cool and smart, knowing that all the while you got good nutrition. Good nutrition. And it's alright with me. When you're on top of the team, there's no place to go but up. Feeling on top of the tree, knowing you got the cup, overflowing with that good nutrition. Good nutrition. And it's alright with me.
Had to end with potential toe tapper there from Mulligan Stew. Each Mulligan Stew episode, of which I have 4 or 5, has at least one song, maybe 2 songs. This one, Good Nutrition, shows up twice. And this is the more inspired version. But thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Kevin, for the $5 coffee that you donated via the Super Thanks button in YouTube. You can also donate via ko-fi.com/avgeeks or patreon.com/avgeeks. You can also just hit the thumbs up button, the like button, or you can watch some other films. You can watch almost all of the Mulligan Stews that I have on the YouTube channel. And there's some advertising in there, but it won't kill you. Thanks again, and we'll be back again tomorrow on Wednesday. As always, I heart films, and I'm happy that you do too. We will see you tomorrow. Take care.